Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Akash Paul and I welcome you to the Express Drive's YouTube channel. As you might be aware, India is currently battling the effects of the second wave of COVID-19, and to reduce the transmission of this virus, many state governments have imposed lockdowns and even extended them. This is definitely a great move, but due to this, I know morals might be down, but there are certain things that you can look forward to. Just like the 7 vehicles that we are going to discuss about right now, which will be launching soon after the lockdown ends. The very first vehicle that we will talk about is the Hyundai Alcazar, and it is arguably the most anticipated vehicle out of the entire list that we have today. It was only recently that we finally got to see the car without any camouflage. In fact, we even got to briefly drive it, and if you want to know our experience, our first thoughts on the car, then you can go to our channel, or you can see the link in the description below, or click the I button and get the video. The Alcazar is a 7-seater version of the Creta, but it's bigger than the Creta. It has a longer wheelbase, has a longer length, and it will sport 3 rows inside with 6 and 7-seater configurations. In terms of design language, the exterior will be very similar to the Creta, but there are subtle changes. Apart from this, because the Alcazar is supposed to be a more premium offering, it will sport a lot of features on the inside as well. Things like a 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system with connected car technology, 360-degree camera, panoramic sunroof, front ventilated seats, and a smartphone wireless charging pad are all to be found in the Alcazar. Talking of the powertrains, it will get 2 engine options. One will be the 1.5-liter U2 CRDI diesel engine, which is also found in the Creta, and it makes 113 horsepower. The other engine is the 2.0-liter petrol engine, which is seen in the Hyundai Tucson and makes roughly 156 horsepower. We expect the Hyundai Alcazar to launch sometime in the second half of June. Our second entry in the list is the Skoda Kodiaq compact SUV. It is underpinned by the MQB-A0iN platform, which has been specifically designed for India. Talking of engine options, it will come with 2 turbo petrol motors, and there is no diesel because the company no longer makes diesel engines in India. One of them is a 1-liter 3-cylinder motor, while the other one is a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder motor, producing 115 and 150 horsepower respectively. These engines will come mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the smaller 1-liter engine will have the option of a 6-speed automatic, while the 1.5-liter will have the option of a 7-speed DSG. The engine, gearbox and platform of Skoda Kodiaq are shared with another vehicle, but more on that later, so keep watching. Anyways, on the inside, the Kodiaq will come with a 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and connected car technology, the usual things that you expect. And these days, an SUV is not really an SUV if it does not come with a sunroof, so it has that too. Talking of the launch timeline, well, it was already slated to launch in June, and as of now, it seems like the vehicle will be on track for launch in the month. While we are on the subject of Skoda, let's also talk about the second product that they plan to launch in the month of June, and that is the new generation Octavia. Skoda initially had plans to launch their new executive sedan in the month of May, but due to the global pandemic, the plans were pushed. Now, talking of changes, you get a wider front grille. On the sides, you will find 17-inch alloy wheels, and altogether, the exterior of the new Octavia looks a lot more sleek and sharp. Even when you step inside, you will notice a fancy-looking twin-spoke steering wheel and a bigger 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system. Talking of the powertrains, well, you just get one 2-liter turbo petrol motor, which is borrowed from the Superb, and it makes 190 horsepower and 320 Newton meters of peak torque. While there is no official word on the price, but we do expect it to cost somewhere between 18 to 23 lakh rupees ex-showroom. A major product launch from Volkswagen in India in the year 2021 would be their Taigun compact SUV. In terms of design language, it will sport a similar design compared to other VW cars that we have seen, and that is not essentially a bad thing. It means it looks smart, it looks minimalistic, but it looks good. And remember, I told you that Skoda Kushaq shares some of its bits with another vehicle. Well, the Taigun is that vehicle. Since VW is a sister company of Skoda, they are also using the same MQB-A0iN platform to underpin the Taigun. It also comes with the same engine options and the same gearbox options as well. Something that might interest you is that the Taigun will have high levels of localization when it's produced, about 95%, and that could mean that the vehicle would not be as expensive as you might think. In terms of its launch timeline, well, we expect the Taigun to launch a little after the Kushaq, so you can expect it to launch in maybe another 2 months. Volkswagen won't be done with their work by just launching the Taigun compact SUV. They will also launch the 5-seater version of Tiguan in India. Under their SUVW strategy, the company had plans to launch a total of 4 SUVs in India, and the 5-seater Tiguan would be the final piece in that puzzle. The 5-seater model of the Tiguan would be occupying a segment of the market that has been seeing some action lately. It will go up against the likes of the Jeep Compass, the Citroën C5 Aircross and the Hyundai Tucson. Speaking of powertrains, well, it will get the same 2-liter diesel and petrol engines that you also see in the all-space model, and it will come mated to a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. Petrol and diesel prices seem to be going up and up and up and up, along with the blood pressure of many vehicle owners. If you plan to break out from that cycle, you might consider a CNG vehicle, and if you do plan to do so, I would suggest that you wait until about August, when Tata plans to launch a CNG variant of their Tiago hatchback. With the launch of the CNG variant of their entry-level hatchback, Tata will be able to compete against the Hyundai Santro CNG and the Maruti Suzuki WagonR CNG. And in terms of looks, the CNG variant of Tiago will look identical to the current model except for a few badges here and there, and even the feature list and the interiors would look the same. The 1.2-liter petrol engine currently makes about 84 horsepower normally, but in the CNG variant that is bound to go down a little bit. But in return, what you will get is a more pocket-friendly vehicle with a much better efficiency. Now let's shift gears towards some EV talk, which is a bit odd considering how EVs don't actually have gears. But anyways, let's talk about Audi's e-tron, the first fully electric SUV from the company. It was supposed to launch last year in India, but thanks to the pandemic and also a lack of charging infrastructure in India, the launch had to be pushed all the way into 2021. It is propelled by 2 electric motors which produce a combined power output of 408 horsepower and 664 Newton meters of peak torque. There is a 95 kilowatt hour battery, and the vehicle has a claimed range of 452 kilometers per charge. The company could offer the e-tron in India in 2 variants, the normal version and the Sportback, which comes with a sloping roofline which looks a lot more sportier than the regular model. And those were 7 vehicle launches that we are looking forward to once the lockdown ends. Which of these piques your interest the most? Which one is the most interesting to you? Do let us know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have already not done that. Also press the bell icon so that YouTube sends you a notification every time we upload a video. And lastly, we hope that you are staying safe and staying indoors during these times, and you are taking good care of yourself and those around you. Until the next time we meet, this is Akash signing off. Bye bye.